Namaste, good morning and warm welcome my dear students, guardians and all the viewers who have been watching Kalika SD TV and its Facebook Live and from YouTube too. I am Prakash Subedi, your mathematics teacher. Today also I have come to take my class for mainly for standard 9. It works for 8 and 10 as well, but I am focusing for standard 9. Last day we discussed about area of path. We talked about area of outer path, area of inner path, area of cross path and area of circular path. I gave some examples. I got some of your homework, some of your work have been submitted to me. Thanks so much and I hope you will continue it. So, today I am going to start algebra and from algebra you can see the indices we are going to learn and as you have seen in the slide laws of indices and let us find out the value of the following expressions. So, can you find the values of these all? You can see these all things that you are familiar with because you have started learning laws of indices in standard 7 from standard 7 and then you continued it in 8 and now in 9 also you are learning, you will learn it in 10 too and even this concept works for higher studies as well. So, remember we follow laws of indices mainly for two operations as you have seen here. One multiplication and then division. It mainly works for two operations out of 4 operations in mathematics. Laws of indices mainly takes place for two operations. They are as you can see in the screen too, multiplication and division. So, today can we define this one? Let us discuss on the following questions. What is the difference between 10 cube and 1 over 10 multiply 10 multiply 10? Are they same or not? What is the difference between 5 cube and 5 to the power minus 3? What is the difference between cube root 64 and square root of 64? These all things we learn in indices in the laws of indices. So, let us begin from here. Let us find out the value of the following expressions, dear student, as you have seen here. First one, x square times y cube, x cube, x square times x cube. In the side you can see mainly some people define the laws of indices differently as 6 laws as you have seen there. Multiplying indices, dividing indices, raising a power to a power of 0, fractional indices and negative indices. These are formed by the help of first 4 operation. These 4 operation, these 4 laws red in color out of 6 laws, those 4 laws given in red in color are important. Now, x square and x cube. I hope you know the product. For laws of indices, we write this result as x to the power 2 plus 3 and we write it finally x to the power 5. It means when we need to multiply these two terms x square and x cube, you can see their base are same. Here the base is x and the base is x, both have the same base, but the powers are different. As I said you, we remember two operations, they are multiplication and division, and in between these two terms you can see the operation is multiplication. So, when base are same we add the powers. So, the product of x square and x cube becomes x to the power 5. It is by the law of indices. Now, if we talk about direct multiplication that you have been learning since junior classes basic levels, x square means x times x. In the middle there is times. X cube also means 1x, 2x and 3x. So, this way we have already practiced. Now, what is the product here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, x to the power 5. But we do not do by this way, we take a law of indices for the multiplication and we follow this rule. When base are same and two terms are multiplied, we add the powers. Next, second, you can see here x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 3. Now, let us simplify it at first as you did in junior classes. X to the power 5 is here, divide means this sign denotes division, and in the denominator we must write x cube. Then what happens, dear student, like x to the power 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x divided by x cube is 1, 2, 3. So, as this is the case of division, we can cut the same terms, we can cut the same terms, we can cut the same terms. So, what is the result? X times x, it is x square. And if you use the laws of indices, x means x to the power 1, next x means x to the power 1, and as per the multiplication law, like 1 plus 1 power should be added and hence it becomes x square. So, this is how we got the result of x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 3. Now, using the laws of indices, for the same thing what we do, dear student, like it is written as x to the power 5 and both look, base is x, base is x. If base are same, if the bases are same and the sign operation sign is division, we subtract the power this way. So, it becomes x square directly. This is the law of indices. Later on we will generalize the law. Now, let us solve the questions you have seen in the slide. So, second one we did. Now, in 3 number I have given some example there, you can see like x 6 to the power 5 minus 2, next 6 to the power 4 minus 2, 6 to the power 3 minus 2, 6 to the power 2 minus 2. You can generalize. What is the value of this? Let us pay your attention to the whiteboard, please. So, to get the result, 6 5 minus 2 is obviously 6 cube, 6 4 minus 2 is 6 square, 6 3 minus 2 is 6 to the power 1, 6 2 minus 2 is 6 to the power 0. Now, what is 6 to the power 0? What is the power of 0 mean in laws of indices? So, as we have just studied this second one, dear student, let us focus in the second one. Here x to the power 5 minus 3 is equal to x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 3. So, what does 6 to the power 2 minus 2 means? What does it mean? Let me simplify this problem two different ways, in two different ways. First of all, write 6 square divided by 6 square. Both mean the same. Do you know? Yeah, you have just discussed, we have just discussed x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 3 means x to the power 5 minus 3, or x to the power 5 minus 3 is same as x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 3. Similarly, 6 to the power 2 minus 2 means 6 to the power 2 divided by 6 square, and this can be written as 6 to the power 2 over 6 to the power 2, and hence it is 6 to the power 2 minus 2, and this is 6 to the power 0. So, if we simplify this one, we got 6 to the power 0. Same thing, let me do it again. 6 to the power 2, 6 square divided by 6 square. It means 6 square divided by 6 square, and it is 6 times 6, 6 times 6. This 6 and this 6 we can cut, we are dividing in fact, or in other word 6 times 6 is 36, 6 times 6 is 36. If 36 divides 36, it divides 36 divides 36 1 times is equal to 1, or in other word, if you do not go this way, numerator and denominator are same, operation sign is multiplication, you can cut both the term. 6 is here, 6 is here, you can cut both the term. Now, result 6 times 1 times 1, 1, 1 times 1, 1. What is the final result? Final result is 1, dear student. So, this way when we follow the division law of indices, we got the result 6 to the power 0, and when we simplify the same question as per our basic concept of simplification, we got the result 1. From this side we got 6 to the power 0, from this side we got 1. So, what may be the conclusion? Did you get the conclusion now? It means 6 to the power 0 must equal to 1. Do you understand, dear student? You can see it well. Look, this side if you see 6 square divided by 6 square, and then we used the division law of indices and we got 6 to the power 0. And as per our basic concept of simplification, 6 square divided by 6 square is 6 square over 6 square. Here as well we can cut, but I expanded it 6 times 6, 6 times 6, we can cut up and down, up and down. It means 1 in the numerator, 1 in the denominator, result is 1. So, this example, from this example we can conclude that 6 square divided by 6 square is 6 to the power 0, that is equal to 1. So, here what we did, 6 to the power 2 minus 2 is 6 to the power 0, and the result we got 1. We can generalize this thing, and you will see that generalized form in one slide. I will show you for the formula as the laws. Now, let me see fourth number again. You have seen in the slide, dear student, by the side in that right hand side you can see 6 laws. Out of 6 laws we have already discussed multiplying indices, and dividing indices. Now, raising a power to a power of 0 also we have done actually. In fact, now we go to raising a power to a power. Okay. Now, let us see fourth number example, again concentrate to the board. A square to the power 3. Look, it means that laws of indices we will make, actually we are deriving the laws, but before that let us use here as well our previous concept. Here something is there in the bracket and you can see the power is 3. This power 3 means what? Can you guess? It means a square 3 times. You know it well. This is the cube of a square, it means 3 times a square. And if you use this laws of indices, my dear student, you can get the result. But before that, let me do it differently. As you learnt in junior classes, a square is a times a, second a square is a times a, third a square is a times a, and this way finally what the result you can write, a to the power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a to the power 6. This is the result. So, we got a result of this as a to the power 6 when we used the basic concept of simplification. Now, let me tell you how a to the power 6 comes directly in case of laws of indices. When we raise a power to a power, what happens? Here we should multiply a power to a power. Look, these two powers are here, power to a power is here, and in this case we multiply both the powers. I hope you have understood it. Here a square whole to the power 3 is here. This is the case of power to a power. Okay. This is the case of power to a power. Therefore, in this case we multiply both the power and we write the result a to the power 2 times 3 is 6. This is by the laws of indices, and this is the law for power to a power. In that case, what do? We multiply both the powers and we get the result. Next 5 number you can see here PIP, in PIP please. Okay. Fifth number is x over y to the power 4. Here as well, dear student, a single x is here, it means x to the power 1 is here. Single y is here, it means y to the power 1 is here. It means this and this are same. Just to teach you the concept of power to a power, I have written 1 1 here. Look, this is power x to the power 1, this is y to the power 1, and there is whole to the power 4. This is also the case of raising a power to a power type. Here what we do? This 4 should multiply this power x 1 times 4, y 1 times 4. This power 4 should multiply both the powers. As I have said you, dear student, we are talking about 2 operations only. Laws of indices takes place mainly in 2 operations of mathematics. They are multiplication and division. So, this is equal to x to the power 4 over y to the power 4. So, next one, sixth one, let us see in PIP also we can see a square dot b to the power 4. In this case, look here again, this dot represents the sign of multiplication. We share this power. This is also the case of raising a power to a power. This is also the laws number 3, raising a power to a power. Here as well, a to the power 2 is there, it should be multiplied by this 4, and this multiplication sign, this is multiplication. After that b is here, b to the power nothing, nothing means there is 1. So, we can write 1 times 4, and the result comes a to the power 2 times 4, 2 times 4 is 8, 1 times 4 is 4. This is the answer. Okay. Now, let me see the slide please. So, dear student, please look at the red colored 7, 8, 9 and 10. 7, 8, 9 and 10. What is there? 1 you can see there is x square plus x cube, 7 number, 8 number x to the power 5 minus x cube, 9 number a square minus b cube all to the power cube, 10 number a square plus b to the power 4 is equal to what? So, now I have given these 4 expressions just to compare this with this. Look what we did, the operation is multiplication. This is why this using this multiplication we use the laws of indices, we got x to the power 5. How did we get x to the power 5? By adding the power, base is same, operation is multiplied. So, we added the power. Similarly, can we follow that rule here? Look, can we follow it here? No, we cannot follow. This is not equal to x to the power 2 plus 3. This is also the very much important thing that you should remember. You know what you do? We learn the concept in case of the 2 operations, multiplication and division. Now, what wrong concept sometimes you used to follow? You use the same concept in case of addition and subtraction, which is wrong. So, what I just told you, for x square plus x cube we cannot add the power because the sign of operation is addition. In which case we can add? In case of multiplication only. Similarly, here x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 3, x to the power 5 divided by x to the power 3 was there, and we subtracted the power 5 minus 3, but same thing we cannot do here. We cannot do here same thing. This is not equal to x to the power 5 minus 3. This is wrong. Similarly, we talked about the raising a power to a power. We talked about raising a power to a power. So, what we did here, a to the power 2 whole to the power 3 was here. We multiplied both the power, this is the laws of indices, and we got result a to the power 6. But can we do the same thing here? Can we do it like a to the power 2 times 4 plus b to the power 1 times 4? Can we do it here? No, we cannot. This is also cannot be done. It cannot be done because there is plus sign. If it was here, you can see here it was multiplication. Therefore, what we did, 2 times 4 times b to the power 1 times 4, we multiplied the powers because the sign of operation was multiplication. But here we cannot follow the same process. Why? Because the sign of operation is positive. So, for this, this is not equal to a to the power 2 times 3 minus b to the power 3 times 3, cannot be done. Look, this is don't do. this is do not do portion, dear student, but this is also very much important. It is because these are the mistakes you often used to make. So, remember these all the things for laws of indices. Now, let me see in the next slide. Slide please. Okay. You need to remember this all the fact, these are the very important fact of laws of indices. Now, you can see there are some laws of indices which are as follows. Here product law, division law, power law, negative indices, fractional indices, here differently I have defined. You have already seen in previous condition that I show you 6 important laws of indices, and here it was multiplication indices and dividing indices, rising of power to a power, power of 0, and then fractional indices, negative indices. Similarly, we can also define laws of indices as this way too. So, this is the very important slide that you need to use when you simplify the questions. Now, very important these are. So, you should remember. So, this using the laws of indices, dear student, I request you to simplify these questions A, B, C, D, E. 5 questions I have given for homework, answers also I have written there. I hope you will simplify and get the answer using that today what we learned the laws of indices. I have already given you just 5 questions as homework. Thank you so much for being with me. Next week again I will come to continue this lesson. Today I got the signal, my time is over. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Have a nice day and stay safe.